Yeah, and I was gonna
It'll be
say we're actually
teams.
pretty much on schedule. It's gonna be Fearless up against Team EvolX. For the side of Team Fearless, we have Neo Kazuma, Jacobs, Razlicious, I Am
Yeah,
Badass,
resolutions.
Raylan Shah, and
QNH.
QNH. For the side of Team EvoX, we have so we've gone from watching Heedy play to watching Gatorex play. So Gatorex, Suckiness Aura, Optic Laser, Icy Bang, Nom Nom TMT, and Ray I believe.
Yes,
So,
Razy.
so once again, question to you, Slice. What's your opinion on these two teams here?
So from what I known, Neo Kazum, the set of Fearless, they are actually a really strong team. I haven't really seen them play, but from what I've heard, they are really a team to be watched in this tournament. And EvolX. Alright, so EvolX has a long backstory. I've known them since back when I was still in areas as an analyst, as two of the current players in EvolX now are were part of areas esports. And I feel EvolX really has a nice team. Like Optic Laser, when he was in areas, we had him play SLlCE. His SLlCE is really well known, and I think it's some of the best ones you see in SEA mid lane. And then you got Gatorex, and Gatorex, I did a bit of research on his VG Pro, and it seems like the win condition of EvoX is just basically let Gatorex get fed. And once Gatorex is fed, he will start carrying Evo X by ganking each lane. Since he's the jungler, he can impact each lane at a faster rate than the laners themselves. So he will use he will get fed and then rotate to each lane, trying to pick up kills here and there, trying to slowly snowball Evo X to victory. But this is really a very interesting match to watch as we are witnessing the second and third seed of Pine League going up against each other. Definitely a nice matchup to watch here, and I wish both teams the best of luck.
Yep. So we've actually got Team Fearless being the second seed and Team Evo X being the third. So another really close match. Like we really can't call it at this stage, and we're gonna have to see depending on the draft. Looks like we have most of I was wondering to myself when I looked at Team Evo X and I see Garex in the party on A side, but it actually makes sense that is the case. We'll just be waiting for Team Fearless to join in here, and then we will be moving in. But let us know in chat who you guys are cheering for once again. Is it Team Fearless? Is it Team Evo X? But yeah, I think while that happens, we'll just take a quick few-minute break until the teams are ready, and then we will be right back to jump into draft and go through that with you guys. So stick around, be just a few minutes. Hopefully, pray that SEA server works, and we'll see you guys soon. Hello and welcome back to Pine League. We're here in round 1, day 2, and our final match for the day, where we have a Team Fearless going up against Team EvolX. My name is IRequestADuel, and I'm joined once again by SLlCE.
Hi guys, right now we are going to witness Team Fearless versus Team Evo X. We are trying to get the team into the party, sorry for the wait, and the draft is starting right now, so
much for being on schedule. SEA, we've got SEA server, SEA players, SEA production. So yeah, at least we got none of that SEA toxicity. I'm not sure about you guys in chat, but here we're keeping it good vibes, keeping it hyped, getting into it. And if you're joining us now, previously we did have Astral Esports going up against Neko Faction, and that was Astral Esports taking it 2-0, but a very close game with the second match there. Neko faction had the lead for quite a while and almost got the comeback, in fact, but Astral managed to shut it out with the backdoor using the Adagio. Here we're going to see Magnus ban on A side coming out from EvolX. As you know by now, SLlCE, I'm not a fan of the Magnus ban on A side, but they're gonna do it anyway.
Yes.
I think it's best just to make B side have to go with that ban, but whenever I see Magnus ban on A side, I assume it's either they're trying to get a different OP pick into their hands, or they just don't see it fit into their team comp.
Sometimes maybe banning out heroes, it maybe it's because, well, they could have planned out comps that they wish to play here, and they feel that Magnus is gonna be a good pick into their comp. So we just got to see what their reasoning behind that Magnus ban was. But soft locking Samfong by GatorX, I see Bang soft locking his Lance, and Samfong is gonna go over to the side of EvolX as their first pick.
Oh,
Really
so
strong.
yeah, we were talking about what they might be trying to get here. Not sure if it's what they expected to get, but because Anka, not really like always a ban, is priority and up there. But it seems like B-side ban going for those priority bans instead of the insta bans, such as where you might see Grumpjaw being up there. So Grumpjaw still a possibility. Considering it, do we go Valance? Do we go for Grumpjaw? We've already got the Adagio locked in, very strong picks all around. So now I wouldn't be surprised if EvolX decide to go for that Grumpjaw as well. I'm just considering where it might fit into their team comp. Samfang top lane or Samfang support or
Jump.
jungle, perhaps. And that's the question of would you then Grumpjaw jungle or top? So
Uh,
uh
I would say
Arden, oh,
that's
there's gonna be the Grumpjaw, as I predicted. And God no, Icy Bang, don't do it. Don't you lock in pedal. We've seen some off meta picks come through,
oh,
but there's gonna
Baron
be the
coming
Baron
through.
who actually slipped through the bans, and this is the thing. Not only did well, I think the fact of was it Team Fearless on B side by not going for any of those OP bans, they just
I
allowed the enemy
think
team to pick up Samfang, Baron, and Grumpjaw, all OP picks. So I would be a bit worried if I was Team Fearless.
all right. I think the reasoning behind what Team Fearless bans were is because I think they did a bit of research on GatorX too. The heroes that GatorX play, like the two of GatorX, like really snowbally heroes, are actually his Anka and his Reza. So I think they know that against EvoX, they are looking to have GatorX get fed and do that carrying strategy of his, and they don't want to deal with none of that.
And
So
here's that Celeste you talked about, Optic Laser's Celeste coming on through. And that's going to be going up against possibly the Maline in mid on the other side. And we saw Maline played earlier, but I don't think we saw it to much success. I can't remember. It just definitely didn't stand out to me, and it's a few patches back, a few metas back, in fact. So, see how they finish this one off. And they
ooh,
could be looking for the
Inara
Inara pick. Inara we saw played by Blower. Is that how you say it?
Blower,
Blower
yes.
on KDA as a support pick. Are we going to see that again? Is it once again the support? But Gatorex playing Inara. I guess we're going to see it jungle in that case.
Right now we are gonna let
Oh, and here's the Ozo.
Ozo.
I know chat were spamming the Ozo.
They were
Ozo, Ozo,
expecting Kazuma
Ozo.
to go
But
Ozo.
if you're from my stream in chat, you guys know I do not like him. And I have a name that, in a professional broadcast, I probably won't call him, but this is a community tournament, so I hope you guys are toughened up by the SEA salt and you can take this to the chin. I call him monkey shit. But there is the
Nice.
draft for you. I'm really liking EvolX's team comp going into this. And the chat is just going off over Ozo. They rally for it. And oh my god, what
Like
about
I'm
you,
sure
Slice? How do you feel about these drafts?
these drafts are really interesting on both sides because right now we go on the side of EvolX. We don't see a really support hero, like it's not in the support section. We see I think Saki is gonna do that support ram jaw, which is something we haven't seen in this tournament so far, but it will be very exciting to see how EvolX plays this one
I
out.
mean, yesterday Tony and Inara support was something we hadn't seen, yet KDA still managed to win it out.
Ooh.
So going into this one, I
Now
wouldn't
we don't know
doubt
who the
Evil
support
X.
is.
It could be Sam Feng, possibly, or I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What role does Nom Nom play?
I only know Gator plays jungle, so I think Nom Nom might be doing the roam Sanfang here.
Yeah, that's what I was considering. Uh, it's fairly decent, especially once he gets that ult. That'll be even more
Ooh.
helpful to use to peel for his team as well. Uh,
Badass is going for that flare gun ult card.
Now, we didn't really get a chance to talk about the flare gun earlier because there are a lot of team fights going on. But really, Slice, what is it with the flare gun? I guess vision control, that's the most basic idea, but I think I prefer objective control over vision control, but to some degree you could say that having the vision control allows you to get the objectives, allows you to get the
Yes.
rotations. So I guess it is almost a counter to the meta of just going for the Stormguard banners, which in this match we currently see 2 on the side of EvolX, 1 on Nom Nom, 1 on GareX. Makes sense. And then for the enemy team, they've just got on Neo Kazuma, the jungler.
So right now we see IC Bang just getting slowly pushed under his turret by Ralin Shah. The damage coming up from Adagio is surprising early game, especially when he's able to push a hero known for its burst under a tower, like Baron. So IC Bang just gonna get pushed under his tower. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Razylicious is also getting pushed back by the duo of Optic Laser and Nom Nom TNT.
Ooh, look at this in the bot
Gatorex,
lane, though. GatorX going low. Neo Kazuma going to try jump in with the acro bounce, but doesn't find anyone. Icy Bang going to be forced back here as they push up to the tower. This could be a early... I don't think they'll take the tower, but they'll definitely put a decent amount of damage on. Icy Bang doing a good job of clearing it, though. So forcing them to back out, in fact. Now going up to top where we see Sakunosara almost taking down QNH, but the potion comes out just in time. They're going to make the smart play here to back. Sometimes we see... Oh, I could be wrong. If QNH stays around, it could be dangerous for him. But he manages to land the Impale. So it's not too bad. Neo Kazuma also coming up to support him there. So that's good to see. Very well played by Team Fearless there. Make sure QNH doesn't have to go back so early and doesn't get forced out of their lane just yet. And their vision, there was vision for a second there by I Am Badass, and they're going to put it back down, clearing out what was around the EvolX's Crystal Treant. But they should be able to take this. They have the man advantage. Nom Nom going to come along with the cam as well. And they're going to give it over to Optic Laser, more than likely. There we go.
so right now mid lane game pushed in by the side of Fearless and Optic Laser. We are still seeing both teams at 0-0. Not really much ganking going on except that small little fight at bot lane. So
yeah, fairly passive game for now, but here's GatorX going in for the steal. Actually picks up that Crystal Treant. So they're going to be able to secure both Crystal Treants to their side, both buffs. And now we're moving down to the bot lane as GatorX catches out I'm a Badass. Badass going to get caught in between Nom Nom and GatorX, forced to use a potion and the Imperial Sigil on themselves. Doesn't have anything to really support the team now, but good positioning will allow them to use the Bright Bulwark there. Could catch out Icy Bang, but they're going to go down first. And now it's EvolX in a 3v2 situation. Suddenly turned to 2v2, but Sakunosara coming down and finding the kill onto the Ozo, finding Neo Kazuma, finding Raylan Shah. So 3 kills to 1. Definitely a win for EvolX in that situation. And the bot lane pushed up. They could decide to take advantage of that, but Baron did have to go back, or Baron actually getting taken out in that fight. So my bad there.
Right now, really good early fight right there by EvolX. Really good rotations, 4 into 3 men, and that's really a big win for EvolX. This might be the start of the snowball for GatorX, but we'll just have to see how this goes. Meanwhile, Fearless trying to just steal that barrier Treant on the top side of EvolX without getting caught. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Baron getting pushed back by Ralin Shah. I'm
Ooh,
badass.
look at that, the range that Adagio has. I think at least by late game, Baron should be able to outrange Adagio, but this early game is kind of going to hurt for him. But that's fine for Baron, because you pick Baron and you pick heroes like Celeste as well to play that late game. So EvolX just need to maintain a bit of control in this game. You can see right now they're ahead in kills, although they are behind in gold. Oh no, they're ahead in gold. They will soon be behind in towers if Fearless keep this push up. So the pressure is definitely there. We can see over here in the river as Ray's Delicious almost getting caught out. Good use of that route to stop the Grumpjaw going onto them. Lance going to be able to pick up the kill onto the Inara, and Fearless starting to turn this one around. Optic Laser going low, being forced out to back, and Nom Nom is going to die too. The Ozo jumps in with the acro bounce, but they get taken down. It's all for naught there. A good trade coming out from EvolX. And keeping it, as I said, in control, not letting Fearless get ahead of them. But it does seem like even though Fearless were behind in gold previously, they're definitely keeping up the pressure, especially with this Adagio in the bot lane. As we said, it's going to be a pain to deal with early game. I'm a badass making the rotation down there just to support them even more. Raylan able to stand up in the front line there. But here comes GatorX. They're spotted out by the vision. So Fearless ready for the gank, but they did not see Nom Nom TNT coming down as he was up further in the river. Or they did with that vision there, so they'll be fine for now. I'm just joking, just hyping things up. Just a bad caster.
It's alright. So now it's just both teams aware of each other's presence. There Kazuma going in.
Yeah, not too sure how well this Ozo pick is going to go for them. But we see Ray's Delicious on the Maline coming in. There's the Bangarang onto Nom Nom. Not sure if that's the target you want. He's fairly tanky. Able to turn around, and the damage there with the Ion Cannon. It's now going to be GatorX going on to the backline. Icy Bang with the follow-up there. Should be able to pick up I'm a Badass as well. And that turnaround coming through, the Ion Cannon and the Sun Feng, they're just comboing that, deleting the enemy team, deleting their health bars at least, and following up to pick up 2 kills. Nicely done. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Optic Lasers being able to pick up a mid tower for themselves, stuffed onto the Lance. Q and H gonna go for a ride there as they find themselves in the midst of Sakinosaur, and Optic Lasers getting taken down with the Heliogenesis. They're able to back now, and action happening all over. Icy Bang taking down the Adagio with the help of Nom Nom, who's so very low. They managed to get back just a second in time, and Icy Bang gonna back off there after taking the bot tower. So EvolX moving into the mid game, looking good. They've got 24.7k over to 20.3. So they've got about almost a 5k gold advantage coming up here. And they've put themselves in the lead with those kill bounties, 8-3. So very nice, very well played. And if they go for the Ghost Wing now, it just really smoothly pushes them into that kind of snowball advantage.
So, like unlike Neko Faction, they are aware that they are ahead, and they instead will just go for the ghosting so confidently. Neo Kazuma, not sure whether he wants to contest that jumping into 4-man. But even though they got the ghosting, they might be losing the top lane tower here as Fearless takes down the top lane tower of EvolX. Saki Sora going in, trying to get I am badass. I am badass trying to get out of that. Saki
Oh, the
Sora using
stuffed.
stuff.
And they get them on the backline. I'm Badass going to go down, tries to block out the damage, but there's just too much coming through from EvolX. They're going to push on through to this top tower, but they don't have the minion wave just yet, so instead moving into the enemy jungle here. They have some good vision control right now as well. Here comes the next minion wave, and they're more than likely going to be able to take this top tower, so finally removing all the tier 1 towers away from the enemy. No Black Claw just yet, a few minutes off that in fact, but EvolX more than in control of this game and well ahead. This is the position you want to be in because once Black Claw does come up, you have the waves all pushed up towards the enemy's base and you're less likely to get that contest as well as that vision they have placed down in the enemy jungle around the Black Claw pit. It's looking good for them. Nom Nom going to put himself in the front line here. Gets rooted up, but there's going to be the core collapse onto Lyra into the Solar Storm to pick up the kill. They managed to secure the CP buff as well, and they're just going to continue to push these waves in with the man advantage as well. Not really afraid of a fight as they have the Ghost Wing buff that just ran out. So, I mean, they're still ahead, probably still fairly confident in fact. And not too sure what SLlCE can do in this position. Is looking tough for them. QNH going to try find Optic Laser here, but that reaction with the core collapse catches them out. There's going to be Bangarang onto Optic Laser, gets blocked out, but they get caught in the Impale, shoved into the wall, and now SLlCE might have a chance to come back as Sakinosora is low. GatorX going to dive in. Ion Cannon drops onto the backline, doesn't really pick anyone up, but I'm a Badass forced away. They are low. EvolX definitely still holding that ground even in the 4v5 situation. They could even take the tier 2 tower here, but Sakinosora going to go in, get punished for it. Neokazuma trying to back off after picking up that kill. Icy Bang could be the next target, but Nom Nom there in the front line to stop him, but Neokazuma jumping on through with the Ozo, the Acro Bounce. Solar Storm comes through, not able to pick anyone up, but Icy Bang going so low, and they manage to take down the Maline. I'm a Badass goes in for the snipe kill, support kill, OP, and they are going to try back out from Optic, just dodging Heliogenesis, but there's no escape for them. So, although it looked like SLlCE really starting to make a mark there, they pushed in a bit too deep under that mid tower and actually got punished for, I think it was a 1-for-2 kind of situation, or 2-for-2 if you count the Grumpjaw.
But right now, things are starting to look good for EvolX. They are going straight for that Black Claw. They are not even going to bother Ghost Wing. They are so confident. They have vision all around Black Claw actually, so they can see if SLlCE are trying to go contest it. Looks like Razylicious want to try contest it, but
yeah, trying to get the steal over the wall, but kind of difficult with Maline. And if only the rest of the team had kind of been there to look out for that. Lance had maybe been in a position where he could roll over the wall and then try go for the Impale, or at least push the enemy team away from it. But now it's going to be EvolX pushing down this mid lane with the Dragon. You can see Adagio off in the bot lane. He might want to recall back home soon, otherwise you're going to lose your base very quickly as... no, he's just going to continue pushing, trying to play a game of chicken here with EvolX. They are going to back out as they don't want to push in and fight the enemy team while the base is attacking them as well. Looks like they're going for the Ghost Wing instead. Adagio did a pretty decent job there and hasn't backed out yet. Adagio is just going for it. He is actually getting a lot of worth out of this minion wave. I believe at least one captain in there is going to make that fairly decent. Not sure if it's going to be able to get the tier 3 tower. Ion Cannon comes through to clear up that wave as well. All the meanwhile, EvolX secured the Ghost Wing without any contest. So I'm not too sure there. I guess it wasn't bad because EvolX didn't commit to the base, so they didn't lose an armory or anything. And they still managed to get 2 towers out of that. So... yeah, Adagio in that situation, the call was alright, but if EvolX had decided to play it differently, it really could have been a make-or-break situation. And now we see them in the enemy jungle here, once again playing it aggressive with the vision control. Not sure, okay, I was going to say not sure if they know that vision is there, but Sakinosora are going to catch that out, or Sakinesora, sorry, I keep saying Sakinosora, it just seems like it flows better for me.
It sounds like an anime name indeed.
Exactly. Yeah, it sounds like the name of anime. But yeah, here we go. Teams kind of positioning for a possible fight, at least for the side of Fearless. They might want to hold off for a second. We see Adagio once again just on his own pushing these lanes. Needs to be careful he doesn't get caught out, though, as he's trying to rotate back down. Has the vision there, knows he's safe at least, but Crystal Trina is going to come up on the side of Team Fearless. I don't think they're going to be able to steal this one away as EvolX going for it. And actually, Lyra manages to get it with the Imperial Sigil. So very well played there to hold on to that. Looks like they did spot out Adagio for a second, but not really going to be able to chase him down. So a bit of a passive play here. The team sticking together, knowing that the next team fight could be big. Especially for EvolX, if they win, they could end out the game here and now. They're deciding to push down this bot lane. No longer with the Ghost Wing buff, but definitely ready and looking for a fight.
EvolX now looking really dominant in their play.
Nom Nom gonna go in, but they take the portal behind him. This could be a good chance for Fearless. Arcane Burst of Judgment goes down, but the double kill from Baron, the Iron Cannon, and it's going to be Inara picking up the kill onto Ozo, the triple kill for Bang, and he's going to continue moving through onto the Armory. Sakunosora gets the stuffed onto the remaining member. It's going to be Razorlicious, last one left standing for Team Fearless, and there is going to be the ace and the game, as we said. EvolX just waiting for the opportunity to take it, and they take game one. Fairly controlled, fairly dominant, as you mentioned, and 17-6, 16 minutes in.
Really good synergy right there by EvolX. Most of the time, if you have noticed during the late game, they were just rotating together. They just know we are gonna clear this wave, followed by that wave, and then we are gonna all move together as a team. We are not gonna let, like, when you see 5 members of EvolX going straight for that CP Trian, like they were all going for it. Then the set of Fearless, they couldn't contest because they had 3 people at mid, but 1 at bot, 1 at top. If they are gonna go in, it's gonna be a 5v3 situation. So EvolX is just making sure they have the numbers advantage at all times when they are ahead. Because as long as you got more gold and you got more team members, you are trying to close out the opportunities that your teammates can get caught out in a bad spot. And that really secures themselves from having chances that Fearless X just finds someone out and kills them and gets a hit in terms of goal lead or get
Okay,
an objective.
Slice,
So,
just waiting on you there, and then we should be going back into the next
ooh,
match because we are already sadly behind. But we didn't want to penalize Fearless there because, you know, we figured
Fearless.
for today, at the end of the day, it's a community tournament. We want the, like, we want you guys to, one, be able to enjoy the matches and the teams to be able to play the matches, but we still want things to get along smoothly, so that's why we're jumping right in to game number 2. And here we are. Fearless this time on the blue side and EvolX on the red. Wondering how the ban phase is going to go because really wouldn't have expected the picks that EvolX were allowed to get in that last game. They managed to get the Grumpjaw, they got the Lance, and they got the Magnus. Maybe? am I or am I thinking of a different game?
So, ooh,
Oh no, it was
Alliance
Celeste on
event.
that team. So it wasn't that. It was the who was the Baron? Okay, so yeah, that was it, Baron. I don't know why I thought Magnus. That's a few games before. My bad. But once again, Baron left open. This time, Samfang being banned out. Got Lance and Reza being the target bans for Team Fearless, and Samfang and Yates being banned out for EvolX.
They know that late game mistake of letting IC bang on Baron. They want to prevent that Baron pick to come true. So Fearless going in with that
Hey,
Baron first pick.
Magnus is open now. They're gonna secure the Grumpjaw at least.
Ooh.
Grumpjaw, Magnus, once again. I said this in a previous game. if you can have a really strong front line with Magnus on your team, it really allows him to play a lot more comfortably. But when we actually saw that game, I'm trying to think. It was Astral Esports and Neko Faction when we saw that game where they had this comp. Their front line actually got mounted, and that's what I'm worried about, especially if they allow Fearless to get to late game with that Baron. It could be a situation like that where they're not really able to stay in the front line, especially if Fearless are playing it so aggressively. But looking at game number one that we had between these two teams, it was really EvolX being the ones in control most of the time, being the ones who decided when to go in for the fights. I saw the Tony hover, but they're going to go with the safe pick of Adagio. And once again, Pedal being hovered. I imagine it's a meme, but memes can be dreams, dreams can be memes. They might go for the Pedal pick, who knows?
So right now, another thing that's open here is actually Anka. Anka, we haven't seen Anka. Okay, we've seen Anka play, I think, once or twice last week or yesterday, but right now Anka is an open pick. So if Gatorex wishes to go on his Anka, things might be a little grim on the side of Fearless. Oh, going in with that Finn pick right there. Finn, I think it's a good roam pick right here because especially when like you are looking at QNH and Yokazuma, they are playing like backliners, right? In That's if QNH goes top lane, which I highly think he would. And
This chat.
so we need Finn to pull in.
I mean, this chat last time they were cheering for Oso, so I'm sure
And
if
now it's
EvolX they would
Paddle.
have been cheering for Pedal, but no meme picks coming through. Fairly standard meta, at least for Fearless. Especially if they go for that Ilva. Ilva, we haven't seen too much of, but I still think is a fairly strong pick. But no, they're gonna go for Black Feather instead. The rest of their team comp, I think,
And
fits
there
fairly
it
well.
is.
I mean, you have the oh, and there's the Anka that you mentioned,
There it
Gatorex.
is.
Going to be jumping onto that. Once again, EvolX just allowed this extremely strong team comp, but that's not to say that Fearless doesn't have strong picks of their own. I'm just a bit wary of the Black Feather pick. Not too sure what might have been better than that, as it is the jungle pick for that team, but I don't know. I'm once again on the side of EvoX, especially based on draft, and then based on how they played before, I would once again say EvoX.
I think Evo X will be winning this matchup. I Because based on what I know of their team and how the draft went, so Nom Nom took the Finn, and Finn is good in this one because you got three backline heroes. Like at a very at level 12, Baron has a range of 7.1 and it's even larger than Adagio. So if you can actually catch the Baron, Adagio, or Celeste, which are long range heroes with your Finn hook, you can really be able to reach them without getting separated by an Ardent's Gauntlet or something like that. And then we also see Gatorex on Anka, and Gatorex, Anka, or Minray. I just searched up what you were talking. He has an 80.6% win rate on Anka, being his most
Is
played
that in
hero right
ranked?
here.
In ranked 5v5?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive. My highest win rate was only
Oh,
75% on Sky.
oh no. His ranked 5v5 Anka win rate is
Still, that is
85.3%.
insane. 85 is insane. So
So
everyone's eyes should definitely be on Gatorex for this game, especially co-organizer by the way of this tournament. So a lot of pressure for him coming into this match. But I think the win condition for Fearless, if they have any chance there, is really reaching that late game point.
you want Ralin Shah to have his full build, right?
Yeah, that and Celeste. We talked about before when EvoX had the Baron and Celeste on that team. It's once again, when you get to the late game, those heroes just can be so strong if kept alive. Luckily, they picked up Arden for their team. That's a great hero with the Vanguard to be able to protect your teammates, and Adagio to an extent will help with that. Once again, I said Black Feather. I'm not too sure with how he fits into this comp. But in saying that, it goes both ways. The later this game goes, the stronger Magnus gets. Magnus, once again, slipping through the draft. We've seen it a few times today. In fact, has Magnus been in every game today? It's possible he might have been.
I think Magnus has been in every... No, I think there was one game where Magnus might have been banned out.
Maybe the first game?
The previous game just now when...
Okay.
when
the game
EvolX
before,
decided
yes,
to ban
EvolX did
Magnus.
ban out Magnus in that case. But we've seen a lot of Magnus, nevertheless. Look at the damage coming through already from them. And they're fairly safe with the Finn there. The Polite Company keeping them safe. Should be fine for now, but look at the positioning by I Am Badass. Here comes Q and H, and they're going to move on in. Core Collapse onto Nom Nom. They try and find Optic Laser, but he gets that fountain, that potion off in time, and they're going to go for the Finn instead, picking up the first blood for Team Fearless. Oh, looking good so far. Gatorex going to find Rowlin and Neo Cosmo backing in that bush. Not really going to be able to do anything off the back of that. Once again, if we go to the top lane, we have this matchup of Adagio Gwen. It's fairly common just considering the meta that we're in, but I would say that Adagio is more than likely going to bully Icy Bang out in this situation.
So right now, yeah, Adagio is probably gonna bully Gwen out due to his range and the holy fire that comes out of his heal. So we shall see. As we saw last game, Ralin Shah has a really decent damage output on Adagio, and I don't think Adagio is that weak anymore early game. Like, he doesn't get out damaged too easily because he also has the range. So Gatorex looking on the engage on Neo Kazuma. Maybe not the time right now to go in. Just playing it passive. 4 members of Fearless going onto the bot side jungle of Team EvolX, and Nom Nom just gonna take a couple of autos.
Well, they're going to be allowed to steal that red buff away, but all the meanwhile, there's going to be Optic Laser and Sakine Sora going for the opposing red buff. And they might want to start the Gold Oak, but they're going to get spotted out here. And Optic Laser with the stun over the wall. Bot lane is currently pushed up in favor of Team Fearless. But meanwhile, it's also the same case up in top. So for EvolX, their bot lane pushed up here. QNH forced to use the potion, trying to trade out with Icy Bang. Needs to be careful. Gatorex coming around to get spotted out, but QNH did not back off, and there's going to be the kill. The trade, though, as Badass makes a rotation up. Make sure it's not all for naught. And then back down to the bot where there was pressure before. Sakine and Sora doing a decent job holding off. We know Grumpjaw, fairly tanky hero just by nature, just by base stats. And Neo Cosmo going to get caught up in it, forced to use the Rose Offensive to get away. And Raylene also trying to jump away from that one. Optic Lasers does not have the ult just yet, so not able to pick up Raylene on that Baron. And instead is forced back to the mid. So both teams right now doing it even, really playing quite evenly with the pressure. And I like to see that by Fearless, especially. It is comforting to know that for now, they should feel alright moving towards the mid game. But things could change within a minute. We'll have to see how it goes.
Team Fearless with a bit of a slight goal lead right there, looking like they still got it, but we shall see how things play out. Right now, Chi members are Chi.
Ooh, Gatorex gonna walk right into the Ion Cannon, the Solar Storm, the Wombo combo coming through. Optic Laser gonna get caught out there, but he turns around with the stun. It's not enough to take out Neo Kazuma as he's able to dash on through that one. So Fearless actually taking the lead in this early game, 4-1. So as opposed to last game, EvolX were in pretty much the opposite situation to this.
So right now, Nom Nom TNT barely getting away with a sliver of HP right there. QNH taking a few pokes from Icy Bang, going to a little below half HP. And Right now, 4 kills to 1 in favor of Fearless.
Yep, and a
So
slight gold lead, about 2K, 17.4 over to 15.4K. So this is looking good for Fearless because I did mention they rarely need to focus on getting to the late game. And if they can get ahead of EvolX, that'll just be that much better for them. Because in draft, I definitely was looking at EvolX as the team to really win this one out. But right now, Fearless putting up a good fight. We did mention that these two teams very close in the seeding, in fact. I believe it's
yeah, side by
Fearless.
side.
Yeah, Fearless is
Third
third
should be.
seed? Yeah, Fearless is
Yeah.
second seed, and EvolX is third seed.
Ooh.
So they definitely have what it takes to go up against them. And we'll see as Blackfeather accidentally getting caught out in the bot lane, a 4-man gank down there. So EvolX starting to put the pressure on in return. I Am Bad being forced to use that block. There's going to be the core collapse instantly into the Solar Storm. But Sakuna eating that one up. Ion Cannon, just a sliver of damage for now. Up into the top, QNH is low, having trouble to defend this tower, where we thought that Adagio should be able to win this kind of trade out, but Icy Bang proving to be the better laner in this situation, I suppose, when it comes to 1v1 tactics. Neo Kazuma nearby. They might be able to get the kill onto Icy Bang. There's going to be the slow and forces out the skedaddle. Neo Kazuma chasing down Icy Bang, going low. Half health now, forced to use Ace's High, but there's the boots to secure the kill. Neo Kazuma going to be able to pick that one up for Fearless. 5-2 right now. And yeah, just showing that Fearless still keeping up with this, even though EvolX played it pretty well to pick up a kill earlier, but they had to commit 4 members just for that one kill before. So wondering how EvolX are going to hold out here. The question is also, we've seen a lot of teams where they get the lead but not really able to take any objectives off the back of it. As these teams both being in the top 3 seeded teams, we expect them to really understand how important it is to, when you have that opportunity, to make the decision to really go and take those objectives when you can. And so, Fearless taking a top tower, possibly taking a bot tower here. Raylene going to jump over the Grumpjaw for now, trying to back out of this one. Here's Arden to help support him, and Sakuna actually deciding to back out of that. But now Raylene being left alone again. Should be alright. Baron getting to a comfortable stage as he has that Sorrow Blade. But over to mid, we see that Celeste going to go down to the Gwen. Gatorex actually diving on in under tower to pick up a kill. There's going to be a Gauntlet catching out Icy Bang, but they're just able to skedaddle their way through it. And Gatorex gets picked up by that of Neo Kazuma. Fearless still staying in control despite being able to trade out kills there. And I think that's what's really important, that whenever EvolX have taken a kill away, they're able to trade one back. And now we'll see they engage I'm Badass on the backline there. Solar Storm comes on through, picks up a kill on it to that of Icy Bang. And these Solar Storms really putting in work, as well as the Ion Cannons coming through by Raylene. And look at this, he's just in the front line deleting people. He's going to get the triple kill, going to get the ace, not quite the quadra. But now, the Ghost Wing more than open for them. Blacklaw not up just yet, but Fearless in game number 2 really coming through strong, in the shoes of where EvolX stood before.
Right now, we have 5,000 gold lead at 8 kills ahead. Trying to capture that Ghost Wing EvolX might be just stunned by what just happened a minute ago. So right now, EvolX just trying to regain composure, clear out their lanes, and hopefully they can look for a good team fight here.
And we'll see Raylene jumping forward into that front line once again, putting the pressure on, and they take that tier 2 bot tower instantly. It's going to be Fearless backing out of this one. And still, really, right now, just focusing on pressuring the lanes. And I think they're more than confident. You can see with their positioning, always rotating as a team, that they're ready to take a fight whenever. Question is, can EvolX turn this one around? Right now, 31.7k over to 26.4, of 5k gold lead pretty much for the side of Fearless. So it's looking pretty bad for EvolX in game number 2, as Fearless have taken control of this match.
So really nice fight right there for Team Fearless. That was really what they needed to get that match going for them. So right
Possibly if they
now,
catch out SLlCE here on the Celeste, they might have a chance. But look at this, Baron in a dangerous position. They just need to check for Bush, but they all walk past him straight up to the Adagio. There's going to be the Ion Cannon almost catching out the Gwen, but Black Feather going to be able to secure that kill. Good use of the Gauntlet stops the Grumpjaw, and they're just going to clean up left and right. Anka soon to follow. Optic Laser trying to go in with the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. Nom Nom TMT, the last one left standing. The ace once again for Fearless, and Blacklaw is up there right there, ready to take it. And Fearless...
right now, what's going on here? As we see Ralin Shah on his Baron 605, really getting to his build a lot faster than Baron should be if the Barons hasn't been fed so badly by EvolX. And right now, really the win condition might be just Ralin Shah here, you know?
Yeah, also,
Because
I wasn't so... you say Rylan Shah, but look at Neo Kazuma. He's been putting down a lot of damage as well. He's been getting into those backlines and picking up those kills. I wasn't too sure how to feel about the Black Feather coming into this, but when I saw him CP from early on, I was thinking, okay, this might actually work. There are a lot of squishy targets on the side of EvolX, and he's just able to bypass a lot of that front line. Ion Cannon once again dropping in. They should be able to take the tower for... sure, and there's going to be the war treads. We go in for the engagement, and Black Feather just gets mounted instantly. Not the best engage. They get caught out by the base. Arden going to fall second to that, so Fearless with a bit of a misplay there.
EvolX, really nice getting onto those two members of Team Fearless and saving the game for themselves. So really a bit of a mistake right there. We just see Ralin
Oh
Shah.
no.
And there goes Ralin Shah.
Well,
6.
no longer perfect KD. Yeah. Now, this was in the previous game where we saw EvolX push up to the base in a similar fashion with Blacklaw. They made the decision that we're not going to take Armory now, we're going to back out and go for a Ghost Wing. And I think that's what Fearless should have learned from. They should have done the same, but they will manage to catch out the Gwen down here in the bot. They might even get a chance to still get the steal, in fact, as it looks like EvolX just going to back off from this and allow Fearless to take it. Nom Nom sticking around for a second. They do see that Celeste and Arden are there, but no. They completely give it away. In fact, they give Fearless a helping hand. They're like, you made a mistake before coming into our base, but there you go. You can have the Ghost Wing that you should have taken earlier. Not too sure about that. I mean, I think it comes down to the fact that Icy Bang decided to push the bot lane instead of sticking with the rest of the team and just going for the Ghost Wing, which would have been able to get EvolX back into this game. If they had that buff, they could have been a bit more confident going into these team fights. But it's not over yet as Nom Nom gets the pull over the wall and instantly deletes the Celeste. This could be the chance for EvolX as they also catch out the Arden. And they're just proving me wrong. They're like, okay, we actually gave you the Ghost Wing so we can just style on you here and take you out one by one.
Sorry, something just happened to me and I had to mute for a bit.
Oh, it's fine. I would like to say you didn't miss much, but you have missed a decent bit where EvolX managing to make a comeback despite Fearless having that Ghost Wing buff. And yeah, right now 17-9, minimizing that gold lead, still sitting at 5k difference with the side of Fearless, 44.4 over to 39.8. But still, it shows
Right
EvolX
now-
are not out of the game just yet.
right now, but we see Baron slowly getting to that late game. He's still slowly building up his items. And top lane getting pushed down by Fearless. Not
Oh, here comes...
They are really fearless here and not afraid of EvolX taking down that top lane turret. Optic Laser can't do much about it when he was by himself, and this was a free turret going over to the side of Fearless.
Definitely a much more confident Fearless this game, playing up to their name as it should be, and playing up to their reputation as well. So, as we said, really could go either way with these two teams, and we've seen that based on the first and second game, but it's not over just yet. Although Fearless look like they have control over this Blacklaw, And over this game right now, we've seen their mistakes before in terms of positioning get punished by EvolX as they get caught out one by one. Is it going to happen again around this Black Claw? They managed to get the vision over it. They're going to look for the steal. Nom Nom going right in, and everyone. Ion Cannon gets dropped. The steal comes in by Grumpjaw, and they're moving on to the Black Feather. Take him down instantly. EvolX winning out this team fight, stunning out the Arden, picking up another kill. That's going to be free for Zero. Clean fight for the side of EvolX. Stuffed barely misses, and Grumpjaw almost gets punished for it, but they need to be so careful. I would just back off at this stage. Probably give the Tier 2 tower over to the side of EvolX and force the cord misses. They just need to wait for the rest of their team to come up. Neocosma a few seconds off here, and EvolX, once again, they play it safe, they back off early, and they go for the Ghost Swing.
Oh no, Icy Bang actually trying to go for that bot tower. Can't quite get it with the minion wave right there, and really nice bot tower going over to the side of
Solar Storm, a bit late.
But ultimately, the Black Claw steal was really nice. It was a really nicely synchronized steal by the side of EvolX. Not to mention that they got both Black Claw and a couple of kills of Fearless. This game is really slowly starting to turn around for EvolX as they are trying to look for a comeback opportunity right here.
Yep, so both teams are mostly sticking together, but EvolX a lot more well composed. So we see Adagio and Arden. We're up in that top lane. They still managed to have a Tier 1 top lane tower, surprisingly, but when you get to this point in the late game, it doesn't really matter too much, considering the fact that if the side of EvolX win out a team fight, they can just push down the mid or push down the bot tower, whichever lane is more pushed in, especially at this stage where Nom Nom can just tank for the team under tower, and they have more than enough damage to take it. So, teams positioning for a team fight. Look at the damage onto Baron. Oh my, what was that from? Just
Icy Bang. Icy
down
Bang
a quarter.
Has dealt so much damage to Baron along with that tension ball proc. That was so much damage onto Baron, and that really forced Radinsha to back off and think twice. But Radinsha now has that 7.1 range. Let's see if he can do something with it.
Oh, and there's going to be the force to cord over the wall into the Quibble, gets blocked out. Nice use of the gauntlet to separate the two teams. IRequestADuel tries to go onto the backline, but gets taken out instantly. This could be it for Fearless as they push on through. They all have the arcane mark onto them. They need to be careful of Optic Laser on the Magnus as he cleans up the team. Grumpjaw goes in for the stuffed. That's more than secured onto Razorlu and Razorlicious. They managed to get the ace. I'm not sure if they can push through with 3 members right here, but they're definitely going to continue pushing that top wave in, and a fight nonetheless in favor of EvolX as they turn this game around. And that gold lead before still sitting fairly up there, but slowly closing in, and the kill lead as well. So EvolX in a much better position. Where I thought GatorX the first to go down in that team fight, I really thought that Fearless might take it, but in such close quarter situations, it shows why Magnus is a priority ban, because in these late game team fights, it's just so hard to deal with.
So right now we see EvolX slowly trying to come through. Solar Storm not gonna connect on anyone, and that's Miss Solar Storm by Resolutions right there. And we see 5-man rotation on EvolX going down to the bot side of the jungle right now, and Optic just getting his CP buff. So EvolX might be looking for another fight. They go on to
GatorX diving in, response coming through from Black Feather, but really Fearless don't want to fight right now. Could be a good chance to take a dragon from either team. SLlCE positioning themselves near the Ghost Wing. They want to look to clear that vision, but if they go for Ghost Wing, the danger is that EvolX will just go for Black Claw. I'm not sure if they've caught wind of it. They might not know. Are they going to make the rotation up? Yep, there's going to be Ion Cannon coming through, and the rest of Fearless joining in, and they push EvolX once again off of a dragon. Question is, can they clean up off of this? GatorX was low, almost gets clipped by the Solar Storm. I'm bad, gets pulled in, and it's going to go down. Gauntlet before he does. Amazing stun on the edge of that, and there's going to be the trade as Adagio falls, and we see that Gwen, Icy Bang here, trying to trade out with Neo Kazuma, but gets taken down in the end. Fearless winning this one out. Optic Laser, the last one left standing for his team, almost gets them, but the block comes on through to stop the perk from being released. Raylin, the damage, as we know Magnus, the only one left. They're going to push into the base. Is there anything that Optic Laser can do on his own to stop this? His team, they're not going to be up in time. He has to do something on his own, but he doesn't have the damage right now. He's going to be able to take out Black Feather, and I might have spoken too soon. Solar Storm comes through, but Raylin and SLlCE still going for the crystal, and that's going to be Fearless winning out game number 2. What a game. Oh my, GG. What was really... Fearless looked like they had it, and then EvolX started to come back, and it really could have gone either way. But Fearless, they saw that the base was open, they saw Magnus was the last one left standing, they did not waste any time. They go in to finish off. That's going to be one game for the side of EvolX, and game 2 over to the side of Team Fearless. SLlCE, what do you have to say about that match?
So about this match, the thing that really brought Fearless through this one, there were actually two different things. One was Neo Kazuma, right? So Neo Kazuma, like you said, diving into the squishy targets, trying to take out IC Bang and doing a bit of damage to the backliners. And then you got Radin Shah. So the thing about Radin Shah is most of the time when GatorX tries to engage, Radin would also try to make a trade because he knows that GatorX is going to come into close proximity. He shouldn't let GatorX do free damage to him. And the bad thing about GatorX engaging is that at one point, it seemed like Radin Shah with his double shot after the jump jets could burst down GatorX faster than GatorX doing it to him. So in turn, Radin Shah was just bursting down GatorX. And once GatorX was gone, he knows that he can just burst down the other members of EvolX without the fear of getting dived too hard. Because he knows that Black Feather's gonna be distracting Gwen, and maybe Nom Nom TNT will be trying to protect Gwen here, but because of that, Radin Shah will not get dived on as easily once GatorX is gone. So ultimately, GG to the side of Fearless, and that was really well played
Well,
by them.
GG to both teams there as they each took a point for themselves. Just to remind you guys of the format, that concludes round 1. And we'll just do a quick overview of that. But before we do, I totally agree that we mentioned that Baron was someone to really worry about. It was the first pick that Team Fearless managed to get going into that draft, and definitely worked out well for them as they were able to hold on to the late game, where it almost looked like EvolX were going to actually turn that around. But GG, well played. So, looking at round 1, the matches we've had, Team KDA taking the first game. Match 1 was 2 points to them. Ruda Rogues forfeiting. They will be replaced next week by Team Saren, who will
Yes.
start off with 0 points going in, obviously. Even if they were to replace Ruda Rogues, there's the score given. Match 2 with Upholders versus Ashley Enoch. 1-for-1 there. Sadly, Upholders, they had connection issues in that first game. So I would have been interested to see how that would have gone on even like playing field for both matches, but I guess we'll have to see how they
Yes.
play next weekend. Astral Esports, Neko Faction, Tier 1 seed going up against Qualifier, top team. Still Astral Esports holding that title as the Tier 1 seed. Close game with that second match there between the two. Just like we saw here with Fearless and Team EvolX that you guys just witnessed. 1 point to each in that case. So, right now, I guess it is Astral Esports and Team KDA leading with 2 points each. Upholders, Ashley Enoch, Fearless, and EvolX tied for second with 1 point each, and then a tied third of with Neko Faction and Astley Enoch. Speaking of next week, SLlCE, do you have the information for the teams that will be playing
The matchup for
the
next
matchup for
week's.
next week?
All right, so on next Saturday at 7 p.m., we will witness Team Serene, the team that came in and replaced the Rogues, going up against number one seed in the tournament, Astro Esports. And at 8:30 on the same day, we will witness Upholders versus Team Fearless. And then on Sunday at 7 p.m., we will witness KDA versus Neko Faction. And 8:30 p.m. it'll be Asli Enoch against Team EvolX. So can't wait to watch the matchups happening next week.
So that will be that. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Actually, I don't think I transitioned that. I was actually showing the schedule on my screen, but I'll just post it in chat for you guys. So if you haven't left yet, there you go. And if you haven't left yet, I'd like to say a big thank you to organizers, Gator Rex and Heedy, who both actually played today. So GG to them. Big thank you to my co-caster SLlCE, and a big thank you to the team's players, and of course the viewers, as this is a community tournament, and we hope you guys enjoyed. I've been IRequestADuel. We hope to see you next weekend with round 2 of the Pine League. So, be ready. Follow the organizers, myself on Twitter. Follow SLlCE as well. And look out for next time we are live with that. So see you then, Saturday, 7 p.m. SGT. Be there. And till next time, take care.